You know what I find funny? Some of the most breathtaking gardens in the world, the kind you see in magazines, the kind that make you stop scrolling and just stare. They weren't built with money. They were built with something far more powerful. Knowledge. Here's what nobody tells you. The plants that make a garden look like it belongs to royalty? Most of them cost less than a cup of coffee. And today, I'm going to show you exactly which 7 plants those are. Number 1. Lamb's ear. Lamb's ear has these soft, velvety, silvery gray leaves that look almost like they're covered in a fine white fuzz. When you run your hand over them, they feel exactly as the name suggests. Like the ear of a lamb. Soft, gentle, calm. Now, why does this make your garden look expensive? Here's the design secret that professional landscapers use. Silver and gray plants act as what designers call a visual bridge. They sit between bold colors and calm them down. They make bold flowers look intentional. They make a garden look curated, like someone actually thought deeply about what goes where. When visitors walk into a garden with lamb's ear growing along a path or the edge of a flower bed, their eyes automatically register it as elegant. Not wild. Not random. Elegant. And here's the practical side that makes this perfect for you. Lamb's ear is drought tolerant, which means even if you forget to water it for a few days, it doesn't throw a tantrum. It's low-growing, usually staying between 6 and 12 inches tall, so there's no heavy pruning involved. You won't need to bend too far down to tend to it. It spreads gently on its own, filling in bare patches over time. And it costs next to nothing at the nursery, often just a few dollars for a small pot. One tip: plant it along walkways or as a border. The contrast of that soft silver against green grass or colorful flowers creates exactly the kind of visual sophistication you see in high-end garden photos. Number 2. Blue oats grass. Blue oats grass grows in tight, fountain-shaped clumps, and the blades have this striking blue-silver color that literally glows in the sunlight. When the afternoon sun hits it, the whole clump seems to shimmer. Professional garden designers charge hundreds of dollars to include plants like this in a design plan. But you can pick one up for under $5. What makes ornamental grasses look so expensive is this. They have what designers call movement. When the breeze comes through your garden, grasses sway. They add a living, breathing quality to a space that stiff plants simply can't. That gentle movement catches the eye, creates a calming effect, and makes the garden feel alive rather than just planted. For a woman over 60, blue oats grass is nearly perfect. It's evergreen in mild climates, meaning it stays beautiful all year. It requires almost no water once established. You don't need to cut it back often at all, just once a year in late winter or early spring. And even that is a gentle trim, not a major chore. Plant it in groups of 3 for maximum effect. 1 plant alone looks nice. 3 plants together look like a design decision. And that difference is exactly what separates a garden that looks nice from a garden that looks expensive. Number 3. Bleeding heart. If you've never seen this plant in bloom, picture this. Delicate arching stems, almost like a natural chandelier, hanging with perfect little heart-shaped flowers that have a tiny drop dangling from each one. Pink hearts, white hearts, deep rose hearts, all hanging in a row like tiny jewelry pieces. When guests see bleeding heart in a garden, the most common reaction is a gasp. Literally, people stop walking and just stare. They assume it's rare. They assume it was expensive. They ask, "What is that?" And you get to say, "Oh, that? I picked that up at the nursery for a few dollars." Here's the deeper secret of this plant. It blooms in late spring when most gardens are still waking up, which means it fills in a gap that many gardens struggle with. And because it's a shade-loving plant, it's perfect for those corners of your garden that don't get much sun and usually look bare and neglected. For ease of care, bleeding heart is hard to beat. It dies back naturally in summer, which means you don't have to do a thing except let it rest. Come next spring, it comes back stronger and more full than the year before. No fussing, no replanting, just comes back. For gardeners who might find kneeling or bending a challenge, this plant handles itself. You plant it once, and then it rewards you year after year without asking for much in return. Number 4. Heuchera. What makes Heuchera remarkable is not its flowers, even though the tiny bell-shaped blooms on long delicate stems are beautiful. What makes it remarkable are its leaves. Heuchera comes in an almost unbelievable range of leaf colors. Deep burgundy red, rich caramel, lime green, smoky purple, burnt orange, and even near black. And the leaves aren't flat or plain. They have a slightly ruffled, textured surface that catches light differently depending on the time of day. When you place Heuchera in a garden bed, something magical happens to everything around it. Suddenly, green plants look more vibrant. Yellow flowers look warmer. Purple flowers look deeper. Heuchera acts like a frame for the rest of your garden. It makes everything around it look intentional and designed. Professional landscapers use Heuchera as what they call a color anchor, a plant that grounds the whole design and ties different elements together visually. When you see a garden that looks like it was professionally planned, there's a very good chance Heuchera is somewhere in the picture. For ease, this plant is genuinely low effort. It's a perennial, meaning it comes back every year. It tolerates both sun and shade. It doesn't need frequent watering once it settles in. And it stays compact and tidy without much pruning. You can find Heuchera for just a few dollars per pot, but when planted in a group of 3 or mixed with contrasting colors, the visual result looks like something that costs far, far more. Number 5. Allium. Allium sends up tall, straight stems, sometimes knee-height or even taller, topped with perfectly round balls of tiny star-shaped flowers. These aren't droopy or scattered. They're precise, geometric, sculptural spheres of purple, white, or rose, sitting on top of straight stems like lollipops from another world. When people see allium in a garden for the first time, they always ask the same question. What are those beautiful round flowers? They look designed. They look architectural. They look expensive. And they cost almost nothing. One of the greatest advantages of allium for gardeners over 60 is that you plant the bulbs in autumn, and then you literally do nothing. You don't water constantly. You don't fertilize obsessively. You don't even check on them very often. They just grow. Come late spring and early summer, those dramatic globes appear on their own, as if the garden decided to treat itself. The bulbs are small and light to handle, so planting them doesn't require heavy digging or difficult bending. A simple hand trowel in a few minutes is all it takes. And they multiply year after year, meaning your investment in just a handful of bulbs grows into a more spectacular display every single season. Plant them in clusters of 5 or 7 near the back of a border for maximum drama. Number 6. Russian sage. Russian sage grows into tall, airy clouds of fine silvery stems covered in tiny lavender blue flowers. When you stand at a distance and look at a patch of it, it looks like a soft purple haze hovering over your garden. Like lavender but wilder, taller, and even more dramatic. Here's the specific design quality that makes Russian sage look so luxurious. It has depth. Unlike flat plants that just sit there, Russian sage creates layers of color that shift as the light changes throughout the day. In the morning it looks cool and blue. In the afternoon sun it almost glows violet. In the golden evening light, it takes on a warm purple hue. One plant, 3 different looks throughout the day. It also blooms from midsummer all the way to autumn, which is an absolutely invaluable quality in a garden. Many gardens hit a slump in late summer when spring bloomers have finished and autumn hasn't arrived yet. Russian sage carries a garden through that gap with grace. For women over 60, this plant is almost ideal. It's drought-resistant once established. It tolerates poor soil. Deer and most pests leave it alone. You don't need to pamper it. You simply plant it in a sunny spot, step back and let it do what it does. Trim it back hard in early spring once a year, and it will reward you all summer and fall with that beautiful hazy cloud of color. Number 7. Japanese Anemone. This is the plant that people walk right past at the nursery because it looks plain and a little unremarkable when it's sitting in a pot with no flowers. Just some leafy green stems. Easy to ignore. But here is what happens when Japanese anemone blooms in your garden in late summer and autumn. It produces the most delicate, elegant, perfectly formed flowers you can imagine. Single or semi-double blooms in white or soft pink, each with a golden yellow center, held up on long, slender, swaying stems that can reach 3 or even 4 feet tall. The flowers dance in the slightest breeze. They catch the light. They look like something painted, like something from a classic English country garden. But the most extraordinary thing about Japanese anemone is its timing. It blooms in late summer and autumn, precisely when most other plants are winding down and your garden might be starting to look tired. Japanese anemone arrives right at that moment, like a second act, bringing freshness and elegance back to the garden when you need it most. Professional garden designers consider it a treasure plant for exactly this reason. It extends the visual season of a garden by weeks. And it does it with that particular kind of quiet grace that feels genuinely sophisticated. For ease and maintenance, Japanese anemone is wonderfully straightforward. Once established, it spreads slowly and reliably on its own. It tolerates partial shade beautifully, which opens up parts of your garden that might otherwise be difficult to fill. You don't need to divide it very often. The main task is simply enjoying it. When you walk through a garden and see Japanese anemone swaying gently in the autumn breeze, laden with those soft pink or white blooms, I promise you one thing. You will feel proud. Not because it was hard, but because it's genuinely, quietly beautiful. And it will have cost you barely anything. So there you have it. 7 plants that have a designer's eye and a budget-friendly price tag. Let's do a quick recap. Lamb's ear brings silver elegance and works as a natural visual bridge. Blue oats grass adds movement in that cool, modern architectural feel. Bleeding heart delivers a romantic drama that stops people in their tracks. Heuchera acts as a color anchor and makes everything around it look better. Allium brings that bold, sculptural globe drama with almost zero effort. Russian sage creates a hazy, dreamy cloud of color that carries your garden through summer and into fall. And Japanese anemone, our final treasure, arrives just when your garden needs it most and stays longer than any other plant on this list. None of these plants will break your budget. None of them will break your back. And every single one of them will make someone walk through your garden and say, "This looks incredible. How did you do it?" You'll smile. And you'll know. Which of these 7 plants are you most excited to try? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, the very best thing you can do to support this channel is simple. Hit that subscribe button, and make sure the notification bell is turned on so you never miss a video. Until next time, keep your hands in the soil and your heart in the garden. I'll see you in the next one.